Setting clear space boundaries will set the stage for even more powerful choices to be made in your life.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.
We are pretty delighted that we've been able to come alongside you for over 36 years, not only selling, buying, and investing in real estate, 36 years of coming alongside you to build your wealth, build your fun, build your fitness, build your faith, and do really good with your finances, and even strengthen and heal and flourish inside relationship.
Did you know, Yetta?
I don't know.
That in homes without clear boundaries, personal boundaries,
Like space boundaries?
space and personal boundaries, that conflicts increase by 60%.
Okay.
And you know what? Also, decision-making satisfaction, that means looking in the rearview mirror, was that decision a good decision, drops by 35% according to the University of Michigan.
That's big. So we thought we'd go on a different angle this time, right? We thought we'd go down a path that we haven't really approached with this vantage point or this lens before. And that is how we set up our home. We've talked about that, but what boundaries we set around relaxed space, what boundaries we set around private spaces, what boundaries we set around where does technology get used in our house, where doesn't it get used in our house.
Mm-hmm.
All of those boundaries, it's such a big word, it could encompass everything, actually changes my ability to be satisfied with the choice that I make.
Yeah, and more, there's families that are blended.
Yeah.
And what's happening is there needs to be even more personal space boundaries. This is my area, this is your area, and this is our area. And when we know it's our area, for instance, you might have a minimum standard for your child in a room, right? That their room, it's their room, but there's a certain minimum standard that's required. I remember seeing a little video of a gentleman, and he was taking the door off the child's room, and he told them, "Do not slam your door." And I guess they had a little altercation, and the child slammed the door. And so he came in, took it off the hinges, and took it away. And he goes, and the child was upset because it was affecting their personal space. And he said, "Well, I asked you not to slam the door." So there still needs to be minimum standards, even in your private space. And there needs to be real clear expectations for our space, right? So if we look at the kitchen and we leave everything out, or I leave it behind, right? If I left something out, or I didn't close the cupboard doors or whatever, eventually it starts looking very cluttered and messy, and that affects our good decision making.
Right. And so as we're thinking about this, we want you to start thinking about, where do I want to set some new standards? When we use the word boundary, I don't know, it sounds daunting to me. So maybe the word is standard for you, but what is it you would like to see happen in your space? And it doesn't mean you can't share a bedroom. My sister and I shared a bedroom most of my life. Mm-hmm. And when I was younger, my brother, my sister, and I all shared a bedroom. But we did, as we got older, put a bookcase up between the two areas, so we still had a little bit of private space. And so the idea is it may not be exclusive to you. It may be certain times of day you get access to the space, right? It could be a porch. It could be a nook in a family room. It could be a reading corner. We're not necessarily talking that you all have to have your own room, because it's not always practical.
No.
So it's, how do you set up the home with the space that you have and the budget that you have and the setup that's available to you with the flow of the house, so that you can come at life already in a state of relax, already in a state of refresh, already in a state of you're rejuvenated and you are better able to make a good choice. I mean, when the stat came out about there's greater conflict, 60%.
That's a lot.
That's like a lot. And it comes from just feeling like you're on top of each other, and that you're then not as rested to make the right choice on even how to speak.
Yeah. Let me give you an example, like our bedroom, for instance. We call it the rejuvenation suite, right?
We do.
It's where we go to rejuvenate and get up in the morning, feel refreshed, and be able to come and support our clients, support our family, support you, record the radio show, do whatever we need to do because we're rejuvenated. Now, if I brought technology into that room, because that's one of our boundaries, is no technology in the rejuvenation suite, which is our bedroom, by the way. So no laptops, none of that stuff in there, because that could bring work into it. Even we found journals and books and stuff sometimes is too distracting. They get, the books and our journals and our prayer stuff goes in our tranquility room. And maybe you don't have enough spaces but you can create corners and you can create boundaries that doesn't get turned on after a certain amount of time or a certain period of time, because those boundaries will affect your vitality, which will then affect your decision making. And really what our desire is that we make better decisions and you make better decisions.
Yeah, and decisions is another word for choice. We have choices, we have options, we have more options and choices today than we've ever had in history.
We're swamped with choices.
We're swamped. And so what we're attempting to get at is, how do you set up your home so that it aligns with your ability to make the right choice, the best choice, and not move into decision fatigue?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another boundary we made, getting real personal here. Last person out of bed makes the bed.
Right.
And
so sometimes there's a rush in the mornings.
If we
wake up both at 5 or 5:10 and we both decided it ain't my day to do it. Now we often make it together, but it just, how do you turn even your boundaries into a fun little game? It doesn't have to be arduous and nasty, and it sets the stage for us to be in a better frame of mind to make a better choice throughout the entire day.
Yeah. And another boundary we made with us personally is we go to bed at the same time together. Now, there's the odd exception, someone's sick or somebody's really exhausted and there's still things to do, and we go, okay, you go to bed, I'll continue this work or whatever it is. But it's not a boundary that we break for like, oh, I'm just not sleepy, so I'm going to go watch a movie and you go to bed, right? Because that boundary, then what happens is we wake up in the morning, you're refreshed, I'm not, because I watched a movie till midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. And then our decisions aren't very great and there's conflict.
Right. Decisions. If you've been thinking about a decision around, do I invest in real estate? Do I build wealth wisely through real estate? You two talk about it all the time. The decision you might want to make, and I'm hoping you're fresh and sharp right now, is to go to the dekkerteam.com website and just register to join us on October 8th.
Yeah, that's going to be a blessing. So boundaries, protect the things that are important to you, is what Henry Cloud said. And this week, my challenge to you is choose one way to increase your vitality, whether it's your home environment, your personal health, or your boundaries, so that every decision that you make moving forward, you have more clarity and more confidence. And we're just so excited that you joined us on Life's Inside Track, because when we move forward together, we've got this.
Moving forward with the Dekkers.